Good afternoon, Seven Lily. This is Sir Richard De Ocampo, and I will be your teacher in this second quarter until the school year 2021-2022 ends. Okay, and then nice to meet you. So, this is our first topic, okay, for this quarter. Okay, it's all about microscopy. So now, what is microscopy? Okay? Microscopy is the science of investigating small objects and structure using a microscope. Now, what is a microscope? Okay? Microscope is a tool that magnifies the image of an object being observed. Okay? Now, let's move on to the history of microscope. Okay. The first compound microscope was built by Zacharias Janssen in the year 1595. Janssen's microscope consists of the three draw tubes with lenses inserted into the ends of flanking tubes. So ito ang itsura ng microscope ni Janssen. And then, followed by the 2 and 3 lens microscopes were designed and used by Robert Hooke and made by Christopher Koch shortly before 1665. Okay, so this is the image. Followed by Anton van Leeuwenhoek experiment with the microscopy. Design and function led him to become an international authority on microscope, and he was granted the honor of fellowship in the Royal Society in 1680. Next is Joseph Lister discovered a method combining lenses that greatly improved image resolution by eliminating certain chromatic and spherical aberrations. In 1830, he began grinding his own lenses and recognized in 1832. Followed by this microscope is based on Ernst Abbe's calculation in optics, which sets the condition for a lens to create a sharp image along with the presence of the condenser to focus the light. In partnership with Carl Zeiss, they were able to improve the quality of microscope from year 1872 onwards. And in year 1904, August Kohler, who headed the microphotography and projection department, launched a UV microscope, the first microscope to clearly overcome the light microscope. So that is the history of microscope. Now let's proceed to the last part, which is the part and function of the microscope. Okay, so this is the actual compound microscope. So now let's proceed to the parts and function of a microscope. Let's go first with the ocular or eyepiece. Is what you look through at the top of the microscope. Typically, standard eyepiece have a magnifying power of 10 times. So ito siya. So natatanggal siya. So this is the ocular or eyepiece. Now let's proceed to the body tube. Okay? Maintains the proper distance between the ocular and objective lenses. Keeps light from scattering as it goes up through the lenses. Moves up and down when focusing. So ito siya. Ito ang body tube. Okay? Next is the coarse adjustment knob. Okay? Coarse adjustment knob moves the body tube up and down in a large movement to focus image. So, na-adjust siya. Ayan, nakikita nyo, bumababa and tumataas. Okay, that is the coarse adjustment knob. Followed by fine adjustment knob. Moves the body tube in small movements to fine-tune or sharpen the focus. Located in the upper part of the arm. Okay, so small movements lang siya. So it's just to fine-tune. Okay, so hindi nyo mapapansin na siya ay bumababa o tumataas. Okay, so small movement lang siya. Okay, that is the fine adjustment knob. Followed by the arm. So, ito ang arm. So, arm connects to the base and supports the microscope body tube. It is also used to carry the microscope or the handle of the microscope. So, ayan siya. So, pwede siyang hawakan. Siya ang handle, okay, ng microscope. It's the arm. Next is the revolving nose piece or nose piece. Okay? Revolving nose piece houses the objectives. The objectives are exposed and are mounted on a rotating turret so that the different objective can be conveniently selected. Okay, so itong revolving nose piece ay umiikot. Okay, para makapili kung anong gagamitin mong objective. Okay, so that is the nose piece or the revolving nose piece. Next is the objective lenses. So, objective lenses are the primary optical lens on a microscope. Okay? So, they range 4 times to 100 times. The low power objective magnifies 4 times. So, yan ang ito ang low power objective. Okay? So, it magnifies 4 times. Okay? The medium magnifies 10 times. Okay? So, that is the medium power objective. Lastly, the high power objective. So, it magnifies 40 times. So, those are the objective lenses. Next is the stage. So, itong stage is where the specimen to be viewed is placed. Okay? So, dito nilalagay ang specimen. Okay? Next is the stage clip. Stage clip, ito. Okay? So, the function of stage clip, hold the slide in place on the stage. Okay? So, para nakafocus siya lagi. So, hindi siya nagagalaw. Kasi dito nakalagay ang specimen. Nandito sa we call this slide. Okay? So, dyan nakalagay ang specimen. Okay. Stage clip. So, next is the diaphragm. So, this is the diaphragm. Okay? So, the diaphragm controls the amount of light going through the object and up the body. Okay? So, siya nagko-control ng amount ng light. Okay? So, this is the diaphragm. Next is the mirror. So, ito ang mirror. Ayan. So, adjustable siya kasi ang source ng light natin is sun. Okay? So, mirror is the light source for a microscope. So, siya yung nagko-collect ng light. Okay? So, yan. Mirror. Lastly, the base. So, this is the base. Okay? Base supports the whole microscope and houses the illuminator or the mirror. Okay? So, magkakonekta sila. Okay, yung base and yung mirror. Okay? So, that was the parts and functions of a microscope. So, that was the parts and functions of a microscope. Sana may natutunan kayo. So, this lesson was summarized and extracted, okay, the important details in your module. So, for Monday, I will give the copy of the module for you to answer, and it will be passed on next Monday. And for Thursday, we will proceed to our next lesson. Okay, so, that's the end of our lesson for today. So, see you on next Thursday. So, goodbye for now, Lily, 7 Lily, and have a good day and keep safe.